European Union finance ministers are debating the approval of the next €12 billion slice of a financial rescue package for Greece. The EU wants Greece to adopt strict austerity measures in return for the money, something the Greek government is having trouble convincing its people is necessary. Europe correspondent Philip Williams reports.
To pay or not to pay? That was the question facing troubled Euro finance ministers in Luxembourg as they pondered whether to give Greece the latest instalment of €12 billion. The answer? Not yet, despite Greek assurances they would honour their part of the bargain by slashing public spending by €28 billion.
We can achieve our targets thanks to the efforts of our people.
But that's an assurance that comes with a limited guarantee, because convincing EU ministers will be the easy part. Changing these protesters' opposition to further public spending cuts is near impossible, as the nation grapples with the consequences of a huge debt binge. The Prime Minister is facing a no-confidence motion tomorrow. He says the nation is on the brink of ruin if it fails to accept the reforms demanded by its debtors.
The consequences of a violent bankruptcy or exit from the euro, the Prime Minister said, would be immediately catastrophic for households, the banks and the country's credibility.
That's a message repeated by fellow EU finance ministers who are worried that the Greek default could trigger a much wider eurozone crisis.
The first responsibility is in Greece. It's only possible to give more money and more time if we have the clarity about the sustainability of the Greek debt. And that's the problem. So we will see if it's possible to receive the support not only from the government and the majority, but maybe also from the opposition in Greece, like in Portugal. It's a national necessity.
The default is so much worse for Greece, and therefore it is in the interest of Greece to now vote in favour of the package and thus avoid default.
But there's only so much the Greek people are willing or able to bear. Beyond the street protests is deep concern that another $28 billion in tax increases and a 20% cut in public servants will make the country unlivable.
I'm just devastated. I don't see a future. I don't see a future for myself, and especially for my children.
This family and millions like it have lost control of their country's finances. They rest with the self-interested fellow Euro travellers. Everyone's sick of the endless drain, and all of this before a second €100 billion Greek bailout is even negotiated. While any Greek default would of course affect all European nations, one has said no more. The British are not interested in providing any finances for a second bailout. And Mayor Boris Johnson in London has gone even further and said cut the Greeks loose. Stop throwing good money after bad. Philip Williams, Late Line.